Hey friends, it's your boy SVH coming at you with day 3 and song number 3 from my new album, The Sonic Velocity of Harmony. And track number 3 is called Muddy Puddles. And yeah, this is kind of a fun track. Definitely something that was born out of the melody and then kind of evolved into a concept and an idea that I took full tilt. So the song starts out with a sound of a thunderstorm with my daughter. It's an actual recording of my daughter splashing through the puddles during a rainstorm that we had probably, I don't know, 10, 12 years ago, about 10 years ago. So she was probably about three and a half, 4 years old at the time, and splashing through the puddles with her mud boots on and just having a good old time. And I just loved it. And the whole sound of it was something I wanted to capture. So I recorded it with a really nice voice recorder app, and it turned out pretty good. So I held on to that for a long time and just had that as a recording. And then the song kind of started out as, you'll hear a little steel drum in there. There's a little kind of a steel drum, hand drum type thing that I picked up and had for a while. And that melody was just kind of like one of the first things that I plunked out of it. Doon, doon, ding, 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 ding. And when I heard it, I just kind of heard this like riff over top of it, just this chuggy riff, and then a melody kind of came in mind right out of the gate. And to me, the vocal melody started off very Foo Fighter-ish. It definitely kind of had some of that vibe to it. I think the melody of the drum thing, and then the melody of the vocal kind of had this Foo Fighters vibe to it. But as I really started putting the song together, it really took on a whole nother level. So the lyrics are very much about a father's love for his child, and you know, it could also be God's love for all his children. That could be another way of interpreting, kind of looking at it that way. But really, it's kind of my little love note to my daughter, saying that you know, whatever you go through in life, whatever the difficulties are, you know, when you get stuck in those muddy puddles, I'm going to be right in there with you to help pull you out, because there's a divine plan for you on higher ground. So I'm not going to let you get sunk in the mud or be muddied up in life and things like that. And man, I got to tell you, it's a challenge. We're starting a new year off today with a couple of issues with, you know, friends and things that they say and the way that they act and how it influences our child, and some things that we're finding that we're not happy that were said and things like that. So it is a challenge, you know, but we try to do our best to be there for our kids and to help them through the situations that they're in life. And so yeah, this is it. This is my love song to my daughter, letting her know that I'm going to be right there with her, holding her hand, lifting her up out of those muddy puddles as much as possible through life. And yeah, it really does have that other kind of celestial vibe to it, where, you know, there's the element of God looking at all his children and saying how much he loves us, and, you know, that if we just lean on him, we'll be able to pull ourselves out of anything that we get stuck in. And I think it's a valid point and something that really needs to be adhered to these days. So that was really it. But then the last part of it, how the song kind of evolved and where it went, as soon as I started thinking about that topic, it kind of led me to think of my probably most influential band of all time on me, which was Stryper. And you know, I started hearing this like cool guitar melody, this dual guitar harmony thing, kind of underlaid over it, and then you know, the big riff at the beginning with the drums, you know, kind of just started to take on that Stryperish sound. And you know, I'm no Michael Sweet, never will be, but you know, I've always been a huge fan of his voice and his stage presence and just who he is as a front man and a person, you know. So I actually tried to get in touch with him to see if he would potentially record a track. And I went through a couple different routes, even through his brother and his brother's wife. And, you know, he just had a lot going on at the time, very busy person. And I'm sure whoever I talked with at his management or whatever was like, who's this guy again? And just didn't probably see the value in it. But at any rate, I did my best to at least channel a couple of screams and do my best to kind of give it that sound. And I think with the guitar solo and the dual harmony guitars, and just the overall chug of the song, I think it has a very Striper-esque vibe to it, much more than Foo Fighters now. So yeah, it's a fun song. It's a really cool tune. It's definitely got a lot of deep meaning for me. Yeah, I think you'll like it. It's a good jam. Muddy Puddles. Oh, and the name Muddy Puddles kind of came from, I don't know if anybody else has kids, but my daughter used to watch Peppa Pig on Nickelodeon, and one of their favorite things was to jump in muddy puddles. So that was about the age that my daughter was at the time that I recorded that. She loved jumping in muddy puddles. So that's where the title came from. All right, guys, have a good one. Happy New Year to everybody out there. Hope you had a safe New Year's Eve and that you're having a great first day of the year. Big blessings and lots of things coming our way this year. So stay strong, stay bold, and go check out my record, The Sonic Velocity of Harmony, now on all platforms. Take care.